Hello everyone, I'm Graham Berry and welcome to my studio here in England. Hello to everyone at the Southern Arizona Watercolor Guild, and a big thank you for inviting me to be a juror for your Fiesta Sonora show. It's a great honour and a privilege to be asked to be a judge for your show, and it's not been easy. The quality across the work was fantastic and the variety in styles and subject was also tremendous. Just to narrow it down to the 40 or so paintings that were included in the exhibition was quite a task, and then to narrow it down to the 6 awards is again quite a lot of work, but it's enjoyable work. I've spent on my phone, my iPad, my desktop computer a couple of days going through all the paintings, getting used to each painting, what stood out, and I finally came down to my 6 awards. 2 honourable mentions, the Order of Merits, 2 Order of Merits, the Award of Excellence, and finally, last but not least, the Best in Show. So let's let me go through all the paintings, starting with the honourable mentions. The first is the Big Horn. It's a very beguiling painted with a very subdued and limited palette, but the strength of light was really nice, highlighting the back of the goat and the horns and the dark background, just a hint of blue against that lovely dark brown. Just a lovely capturing that light was superb, and he looks friendly enough, but don't get too close. You can almost hear that horn scraping against the rock. That's in that sharp shadow, it just really brings it to life. And the curve of the horns is echoed as well in the rocks just behind it, just going back into the distance. Also the curve of the horns in the shadow is reflected as well, and that lovely curve of the painting, the light going into the dark, just leads the eye into the painting. Overall, a really well designed and thoughtful painting. Great stuff. Well done. The second honourable mention, Sabino Search. Now, as you can see the paintings around me, or if you know my work, I love putting figures in my paintings, but they can be tricky, especially when you're painting children. But this painting it's been really executed really well. Quite simple lines, but really confident brush strokes. Just captured the 3 children. Not too much detail, but that's a good thing. Not overworked. I love the loose brushwork in the background too. It gives the figures room to breathe. You can feel the space in between the figures and the background. And the lovely reflections, the lovely colours on the orange against that blue, and the foreground figure, that dark blue. So, and then the background, those lovely little rocks. Lovely little bit of brushwork too in the background. Fantastic painting. Well done. And now to the 2 awards of merits. The first one is Santorita Prickly Pear Cactus. That's a mouthful, but it's a visually striking paint. That's what really stood out for me. The bright yellow-orange flowers set against that lovely blue-violet background. They almost look like flames, those flowers. It's really sharp edges against that lovely, loose, soft, out-of-focus background. And the detailed contrast against that background works really well. A lot of skill and watercolour knowledge on show here. Superb brushwork. A painting to be proud of. Well done. My second award of merit is Quail Dream. The thing that struck me about this painting is a really surreal background set against this beautifully painted bird. So it's got a very dreamlike quality about it. Very brooding and mysterious. The wet and the wet background is fantastic, just letting the watercolour work its magic. I love the colours of the bird itself, painted with the same colours as the background, same contrast, lovely darks against that lovely burnt orange of the piece of wood it stood on, and its little headdress. Fantastic. A very extraordinary and beautiful painting. Well done. That one's Quail Dream. And now for my award of excellence. This is Madeira Canyon. This painting seems to have a lot of Japanese print quality about it. Not sure if that was intended, but it's got a very zen quality, very peaceful. First the eye is drawn into the painting through the soft blue-green foreground that leads into the orange stream with the subtle reflections, and then we get the sharp edge rocks with the beautiful deep blue shadows. These are very tactile, you can almost feel them. Then we led up into the trees with the soft foliage of the acer trees, almost dreamlike quality, so soft, and the contrast of the rocks in terms of edge quality and contrast is superb. Also look at the trees, there's a dark tree against the light background and the light tree against the dark blue background. Fantastic. Overall, sublime watercolour painting that I never tire of looking at. Excellent. And last but not least, the best in show, Picture Rocks. This really is a beautiful painting. I love everything about it. First, the colour is sublime, from the hot blue sky that complements the orange building to the deep blue shadows at either end of the house and the little deep blue of the little doorway. The composition is also on the money, from the strong upright cactus against the horizontal lines of the house with the meandering stream that leads your eye into the painting, and the shadow of the cactus out of picture is another great touch to further point you into the beautiful picture. Now let's talk about the brushwork. It really is a bravura display that shows off great control and understanding of brush marks. From all the trees and shrubs to the beautiful loose cactus shadow that crosses a little stream, and goes a little bit darker when it crosses the stream, so the shadow itself is transparent. It's really beautiful. And all the little spatters on the parched earth, really, really brilliant. You can really feel it's a hot, really hot desert day. I wish I was there instead of here in cold England, cold wet England. Fantastic painting. You may think it's a simple enough painting, but in the words of Tina Turner, it's simply the best. Okay, that's my summary of all the awards. Once again, thank you everyone at the Southern Arizona Watercolour Guild, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow my first day of the workshop starts. Okay, bye everyone, see you then.